Hi everybody, this week I will present you how I made my little gnome with the pointy hat. First I will cast on the machine starting by the black needle, one in the front, one in the back for the first row. Open the yarn feeder, close it, and then you crank for 12 rows. You will see all the numbers on the screen during the video, so don't worry for the pattern. So you crank 12 rows of blue or any color that you choose. The yarn I use is the Bernard Premium. So now it's time for the color change. I cut the yarn, open the yarn feeder, very important. Put the yarn in the middle, put that in front of the black needle, and then you turn for 12 rows. So 12 rows of blue, 12 rows of white. Put the tail in the middle, and then you crank. This video pattern will be able to be made by a newbies or someone with more experience. So now it's time to put that in the middle, color change again, and you crank 12 rows. 12 rows. Put a double knot here, another one there, finish with a double knot, and then you crank for 12 rows. So 12 blue, 12 off white, and 12 blue again. So now it's time for the cast off. To the cast off, I always do like a triangle on my machine. Cut the yarn, remove it from the yarn feeder, hold it and turn it like this for 360. When this one get up, and it's the one who hold the tail of yarn, I stop because I don't want to pass through the yarn feeder to lose all my stitches. So I grab one by one every stitches like this with my wool needle. Be careful, because if you miss one you will end up with the drop stick. Not stitch, stick, stitch. Oh la la, this morning is hard for me, sorry for that. So I pull on it, stretch it. Very important to stretch your work when you release it from the machine. So now for the hat, you will need 5 waste yarn, 35 of your color that you chose, and 5 waste yarn. 5, 35, 5. So I put the waste yarn right now. The waste yarn is the yarn that we will remove by sewing the tube together. It will help. Put that in the middle, put your yarn that you choose, the color there, turn, and you don't attach those two tails together because it will be easy to remove at the end. If you attach those two together, it will be a lot of work. So I keep cranking till I reach 35, put the tail in the middle, and bring on my waste yarn again, crank for 5 till no yarn come through the yarn feeder, and it remove by itself like magic. Ta-da! Stretch it and put that aside for now. Now we will do the boots. For the boots I will just cast on like this, like regular, and do 6 rows. I will need 2 boots, so make sure you make 2. Okay, so now it's time to remove it from the machine. Always do a 360, a full 360 to remove it. There. When the needle will hold the tail of yarn get up, you stop, and then you grab all your stitches with your wool needle. There. And almost finish. Sometimes you have to crank a little bit just to release those last stitches. Stretch it. See the difference color? It's because I use some leftover yarn, so that's why. So I will hide it in the middle like this, so nobody will see that it's not the exact same color. So a little tip like that, if you ran out of yarn, you could do that. try to get as similar as possible with another yarn, and we'll be okay. So I hold those two tails together, attach it tight twice, and then stretch it. Very important to stretch it. So now I will use that little tube of 12 rows that you didn't see, sorry, I forgot. But this gonna be the bottom of the little gnome. This will be a flat circle and will help the body to be wider at the bottom, and also more stable when we put the feet on it, the boots. And it will be the exact place, the seam will be the place that I use to attach the boots, so it will be easier to have the perfect place for the boots. I don't know if I clear, or sometimes I struggle with my English. Hope you understand what I try to mean. If you don't understand, stay with me and you will see with your own eyes. So now I will bring the tail of yarn on the side and I will attach those two together. There. So I'll grab a full stitch here on the circle and a full stitch on the body. I will not sew all of it because I need to put some stuffing in it, so keep yourself a little room for that. So I arranged the camera that you could see better. Hope it's better, because I know a lot of you guys watching my video via their cellular phone, and sometimes it's very hard, so hope that is going to be okay with this focus. So time to put some filling. I always put filling a little bit at a time so you don't end up with a big ball of toys instead of a gnome. So I put just a little bit at a time. Make sure the shape is the way I want it, like this. There. And I keep swinging it. If you notice, I put my finger in the hole. It's to keep the stuffing from going out. When I'm sure it's not, I will holding like this to be more easy to the camera to catch where I pick my needle. So I grab a full stitch like this. Almost finished. And after that, if you have some stuffing that see-through or coming out of the body, remove it. Will give a better look to your work at the end. Okay, that's the way I want it. I remove it. Oops. There. Don't go too tight because you want to keep a certain shape for your gnome. There, pick that in the body. I always try to do like one color in the same color, but sometimes it's not happening like that. So now I will hide those little pop-up see-through yarn. There. So now it's the time for the hat, the pointy hat. So it's 5 waist yarn, 35 rows of lavender, and then 5 waist yarn. I will bring those two ends together like this, and with my hook I will go and grab stitch one by one. And you see, as you could see, it's very important to have a waist yarn that is a contrasting color, so that way you could get your stitch easier. I'm not in the right angle right now, but don't worry, I will fix that. See, it's hard sometimes for me to work with the camera on the top of my head, because when you work on a project you have the habit to bring it all closer to your eyes and closer to you, but when you work with the camera on the top of your head. You have to have your hand like far away from you to get to the camera, and it's not always easy. So almost finished. Grab all the stitches to make sure you don't have any drop stitch, like this, there, and when you finish it, you will take the tail of yarn and close it like this. You close a row like this. So now it's time to remove the waste yarn. There was always one side easier than the other one. The harder one, it's because it's the cast on part. So you remove the little knot, and then you will pull just the first row of it like this, and you could keep that yarn for a next project after. That's what I do. I keep my waste yarn, turn it in a little ball, and keep it close to my computer, and easy to reuse. So ta-da! So I will attach those two tails together and put the tail in the middle like this. Stretch it, very important. And then time to attach it on the body. So you will have to find the exact place you want it. Okay, and you will give it like a little angle. It's like a 35-degree angle. So because you want to keep a little room for the face in front. So I will start sewing in the back when I find the right spot that I want my hat to be. And I will grab one stitch at a time on the body and on the hat. I start in the middle in the back. I leave a little tail of yarn, so that way it will be easier to attach and hide at the end. Like this. Grab another one. There. If you're still with me at 12 minutes, can you put a green heart in the comment? It will give me an idea if a lot of people stay till 12 minutes. Because sometimes people say my video are too long, and some said that it's too fast. So it's only to know, to help me to bring some better pattern. So arrive here, I will go in the face and on the hat. Grab a full stitch. There. Like this. And remember, give yourself a chance. Sometimes I know I do a video and people say it looks so easy when you do it, and when I try, it's not easy at all. It's because I learn a lot, because I try and fail and retry and never give up. So if you want to get it easier, try and retry. That's only what I could say about it. And I use that machine since 6 years now, so I learned some tip and trick. I will do a little bit of mattress stitch in it in this video with the boots. You will learn a little tip during the video too for the hat, like this. Almost finished. See, I keep a tail when I start, and I will bring a tail when I finish, so it will be easy to attach together, and then to hide it in the hat. There. Always check, last check, if you like it that way. It's always time to remove and restart, but I like it that way, so I will be okay to cut it and attach it. So now it's for the hat. during this part I did a little mistake, but I will show you how I fix it. So if it's happened to you, even if I tell you how not to make it, it could happen too. You will see how I fix it. Okay, I didn't cut it, so you will see it. So for this part I was supposed to do mattress stitch, but instead I did like this. I did on the side of the stitch, and I was supposed to go in the middle of the stitch like this. So because I go on the side, when I will pull on it, will not come with it. So I will show how I fix it. So if it happened to you, you will be able to fix it. So now this is the right way. You go and grab 2 bar on one side, 2 bar on the other side, but you stay in the middle of the row. Me at the beginning, I go on the side, and it was not the right move. like I learned during the video there, because I didn't practice for that one. I did the video like right away. I didn't do any pattern practice. I just write it and give it a try and go with the flow during the video. So almost there, and see, when it's time to pull, when you do like a mattress stitch, will go fine. But since the first stitch I didn't do a mattress stitch, so it gets stuck and didn't pull like I wanted. So I will continue and we'll fix it after. See, if I pull it here, I end up with a loop. See, but the rest is fine. I have the right shape for the hat I was looking for, so that's good. But I will fix it at the beginning. All that for one stitch that I didn't do right, huh? But it's okay. We will fix it together. Actually, you will see how I fix it. There. If you want to use something to hold those parts together during the sewing, it's up to you. But me, I just squeeze it before between my finger, and it worked for me. Maybe it will work for you too. Like this, and then almost finished. I grab it on the side, and we'll do a last stretch, like this. See, look great. See, it's possible to do a pointy hat there with a 22 needle knitting machine. So I will bring my tail just under the loop, and then a last stretch, and I will hide the loop. Make sure you don't cut it, because it's a loop. If you cut it, you're gonna lose your work. So I will just squeeze it and hide it like this and pull. That's it. And I will, oops, I don't like this. I will remove that. My scissors are getting not sharp. Better with a pencil. You could hide those little knots. So now it's time to finish with this tail of color. You go in there. Usually I go like in the same color. I don't know what I did there. So this gives you the shape of the gnome for now. So now it's time to do the nose. For the nose, I will keep a tail on one side, pull it a little bit, and then I go back and forth like this to create a nose. Why I put my tools in the middle like this is to prevent to tight it too much and change the shape of the nose. I'm going for a big nose, not too big, but something that you could see. And after that we will do the beard. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly, but hope you understand. Whoops. There. So now I will attach those two tails together. Make sure the nose stay together too. Put that under it, not on top, so it'll look better. And I will do another one. There. Cute, cute, cute. So now I will hide it. I could hide it in the hat or in the face like this. Keep the same color, but whatever you choose to do will be just fine, I'm sure. Like this, and hide it. I cut the excess like this. This project put a smile on my face all the time. So now it's time to make a arm. So I go and choose the right spot, and I will use 3 columns of work. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I'm 3.5 right now. I will remove it after because it's not the way I want it. For the first arm, maybe you will not get it, but stay tuned for the second one. It will be more easier. The other angle, sometimes one angle is not clear enough, and then you go on the other angle and it's like, oh, I understand now. But I will do differently for the other arm. There, pull on your yarn to create a shape for the arm. So I did one, and I'll go down now to secure it. Whoops. Secure it like this, and continue, and attach those two together when you like it the way it is. If you don't like it, it's always time to readjust it and start over. So now it will be, this part will be for the end, like this, and cut, chop chop. So that's cute. Time to do the other side now. So this side will be easier to understand. 1, 2, 3. The angle is different, and it will be better because I will pull all the yarn, so you will see what I was trying to explain on the other side. So you could see the loop I left there, just to show you where to pick for your next move. There, there, and when you have the same height or length of the other side, you could pull on it like this, and then, whoops, 3. Then you do that little ends part here, and then you will go up to join, not up, down to join the other tail of yarn, like this. There. Almost there. And voila! So I continue like this and attach it, cut it, and it looked like this. So we'll hide those tail in the blue. There. Same thing here. And hide it. We'll cut the excess. Be careful not to cut your work. There. So I will do a contrasting end now. I double the yarn, as you could see, and I will go back and forth like this and keep a tail. And when you got the amount that you like, you stop, depending of the thickness of your yarn. There, I like it like this. So I will go join the starting point to attach it together. This, and then you cut it, and you go do the other one. Same thing, you double your yarn, back and forth. There. And when you have it the thickness you like, you stop. Whoops, a little mess. There. Oh, I like him. He doesn't even have his beard and he's already cute. And you see the circle at the bottom? It gives a different shape, and I will attach a boot on it after. So that way the boot will be on the same place to keep the little toys up by itself. I will hide it in the hat. And then when you hide yarn like this, try not to be like too close to the blue. Go in the middle of the body, so that way you don't see through the yarn. Make sure you go really in there. This is going well. There, cut the excess. Even with no booze could be cute. He got a little personality already. I like it. Hope you enjoyed this. 27 minutes. You with me. So now I will use 15 centimeter of yarn. As you could see, I have different shade of white. It's because it's the leftover yarn. So I do my best to keep some for the beard. So I pick my 4.5 millimeter hook and install it one by one like this. I just grab one like this, one bar, because you go in the middle of the stitch with your hook, and I will follow like the blue. I go on the blue, so it will give it a little beard to our little gnome. There. Whoops. There. So I follow the blue like this, and I will do it for the full row, and I will do a second one to give it more shape. Same thing there. Almost finished the beard. So keep it up. I push all the tail of yarn up to give me a better chance to work. So ta-da! It look like this. So now it's the chop time. So you have to be careful. Sometimes we chop too much. So you go with me. I experienced it in the past, so now I do just a little bit at a time. Just cut just a little bit at a time to prevent me to have to start it over like I did already. Not for this project, but for another project. I cut too much and I was like, why did I cut it too much? I have to start over. So now I do very carefully, a little bit at a time. Always good to take some time. If you want to go too fast, sometimes it gives you the opposite. I was looking for the word. So it looked like this. A very charming little one. So I came back with the boot again. So I will finish with the boots, but I almost forgot. So I pull it both sides of it like this, and I will go and close it tight and do the same thing on the other side. And this is the part that you will use some mattress stitch, because the boot is 8 rows, but it's kind of big, so I will show you how I put it smaller by doing some mattress stitch like this. There. So those two sides are closed. I stretch it, and then I will attach those two together like this. No. Put the needle down. Try to do it now with the needle. What a fool I am sometimes. So you fold it like this, and you will go in the middle of the V, in the middle of the column, and grab 2 bar on one side and 2 bar on the other side. It will help to close and reduce the size of your little boots, and will be like a little circle, little balls. So now I grab 1 stitch, skip 1 to close the circle. 1 stitch, skip 1, 1 stitch, skip 1, like this. There. There. There, and pull. There. And attach those two together. And I 1 tail, cut the excess, and voila, 2 boots are ready. To install the boots, they're gonna be very easy because of the disc, the flat circle that we did. I will pick on one side. Just, if you don't know where to put it, it's just between the ends of the gnome. See, won't stay only 1 feet. I will go and pick the other one, just to stitch aside the first tail of yarn. See, and now I pull on it. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Pull on it and look like this. He's cute. So now I will go and attach it more tight on it. And if this toy is gonna be for the under 3 years old, make sure you attach those boots very, very well to prevent accident. And if you use eyes in plastic, make sure you attach it well too. But me, for this one, I wish I have some plastic eyes, but I didn't have it. So I'll show you how I did it with just yarn. It's cheaper and it will do the trick too. So I attach those two boots. Time to attach it and finish it. I will eye the tail in the lavender hat, the pointed hat. There. Ta-da! That's some white see-through. I have to remove it. There. Just to push it. There. All I need now, it's eyes. See, it's the there. Very cutie pie. There. For the eyes, I use some dark yarn. You could use color you like. It's Gnome. They are colorful. You could make a lot of them, and different leftover yarn will give you a cute result, I'm sure. So for the first eye, I go like this. Keep a tail of yarn to attach it at the end. I go under the nose, bring it on the other side like this, and I will go on the other side, just one stitch, and bring the yarn on the back, on the seam of the hat, not the seam but the border of the hat, not the border. I'm not sure if I could say that, but it's okay. I think with time you understand my English, that it's not perfect, but I try my best. It's hard sometimes to just talk to myself in English in my studio and hope it's the right word that I use. There. Like this. Just adjust the high the way you want it before you attach it in the back. Make sure they look the same. When you're satisfied with it, just attach it. Don't go too tight, and check your work. If you have to adjust it again, do it with the tip of your wool needle like this. Cut it, and time to put it in here to hide it. So this will be the video for this week. If you have a name for the gnome and you want to share it with everybody, just put that in the comment. It's always fun to read the comment. And if you need some new trick and tips, just watch the channel. I have a lot to watch. I'm close to 500 video right now. So see you for next video next week. Ciao ciao.